picked out the tile.
Yeah.
Went to.
Now you want to go back with the tile floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we started out at Lowe's.
Yeah.
And we picked the tile, we picked the grout,
Yeah.
we paid for it
Sure.
and everything.
Yeah.
The guy came over and he measured.
Yeah.
And we talked to him about tearing out the subflooring for two reasons.
Yeah.
One, it's really, really, really important to me
Yeah.
that this floor be the same height as the floor that you're standing on.
It can't be.
Why not?
Because you've got to put a tile layer here. I mean, it can be closed. Don't misinterpret. But subfloor is important for lots and lots of reasons, none the least of which is holding up me right now. And
So
subfloor
if you
being
pull
made
this out, go ahead and pull out this this thing right here.
Sure. That's the
If you see the
register.
layer of there's
there.
more subfloor than we need than code allows.
Okay. Well, I know code, I think if memory serves, a 5/8 tongue and groove.
I'm sorry?
I think if code requires a 5/8 inch called tongue and groove, means that it fits together like that to form one big sheet. But if you don't put a backer board here, this floor will flex
Okay.
and the tile will break at the corners.
Okay.
And it won't be here forever. I'm gonna tell you that as a rule here, you've got a tile thickness, at least on this piece.
Oh, so it's a tile thickness.
Okay, so no, you got a 1/4 inch. Actually, it exceeds that by 1/16, so that's 5/16. And then below this, you have a bed, what they call a bed of mortar.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be even a little bit thicker here, and then this has got to sit on a piece of half inch
Okay.
hardy or Durarock, and then that's got to sit on subfloor.
Okay.
And then what you could see is the 5/16 going to maybe a half inch on this with that in the thin set, and another half inch of the Durarock. And you need to prepare emotionally for a step up.
For how much?
Well, right now we got that to 1 inch.
Well, if we take out this subfloor,
That's expensive.
it's expensive to take out the subfloor?
Well, we'll have to take everything out. We have to cut it around your toilet flange all the way down. Your cabinet comes out, we replace it. But you know, in what everyone asks us to do, I'm not going to argue with you. We'll give you a quote for whatever you want. But we put on at least a 1/4 inch here.
Well, you're going to have to take this out anyway, right? The toilet.
Well, we will. And we put a tiny little extension on it.
And so really, so the extra would be this that you would have to take
Well,
out.
I'd like to take that in anyway because it's correct to put it on top of tile.
Right.
I don't want a tile around it because that makes it
So you'd
just a
still
little
have
bit
to take it
shorter.
out.
It would be better.
Right.
But then you see it's a cut all the way around, taking the door casing out, maybe, okay, and cut by the tub all the way around. And then to lay something else on the joist, and we've got to put a sub here.
Right. I get that.
And you got a sub anyway.
So that's what.
But why do you have that need of flat?
So there's the reason why I want this subfloor out is there's a lot of reasons I want this subfloor out.
Yeah.
It creaks.
Yeah.
Which of course it's not going to do right now, but it creaks like crazy, and I don't.
Sure.
And it drives me nuts, and it's been driving me nuts.
No, I'll remove it. There's no argument. I just wanted to talk about it ahead of time because what I like to let you do is spend reasonable dollars to get a job done, and if you have another reason for more work, I'll do it without question. And I don't question my customers, but I want you as informed as possible to make smart decisions. And if you want us to remove and replace, I'll tile this on anything you tell me to. I'll put it directly onto a thickness and I'll make it flat. But I will not warranty it with cracks because I know it will. I don't want it to.
Okay, right. So I guess.
But for example, you said, Lee, it's got to, I'm sorry, because Mom's in a wheelchair, she's got to come through here, whatever your reasons are, then I'll make that happen.
So what I also need from you is to tell me, like, what's, I need for you to recommend an approach to me.
Absolutely. And here again, I will tell you that if you're nuts about it cracking, a creak is two things moving. It's the force of friction. It's at least what they taught us in physics. And I hear it. And everywhere you put your foot, I'm going to put a screw. And I'm going to drive it straight through the linoleum. I'm going to drive it. I'm going to find out exactly where your framing members are. And I might be able to do it just
put it right over the linoleum.
Right through it, because I don't care about the linoleum. You already
So what
poured
about
out.
the stuff that I just pulled up?
It's fine.
Because that's gonna, isn't that gonna make it uneven?
I'll put hardy backer on top of it, but it can't be even. But if you want it even, then I'll take all this. I'll take all this stuff out. I'll put in a brand new floor. But
How much extra would it cost?
I'm gonna discuss it with my craftsman. First, I want to chat with you a little bit because I don't want you to get to the end of this and say, Lee, we could have put screws through that vinyl, couldn't we? And saved all that money for that new floor. I said, yes, ma'am, we could have. And I would have felt bad if I wouldn't have talked to you about it. You tell me
so
what
are you
to
suggesting?
Do. I'm telling you we have options, and one option is for me, for example, if there's a joist here, I'm going to put a screw in about every couple inches and stop that. I'm going to stop the creaking before we put hardy on top. And if you want this floor and that floor to be the same, then I'm going to try and get as close a measurement to this as I can. And I'm going to find out if we can take up, and keep in mind the devil of this exercise is that I'm not going to be able to save you maybe a quarter of an inch. I don't know what's down here. But let's see if I can pull that nail out. Can I do this? Sure I can. Here we go. Okay. And what I want to do is, as closely as possible, get a measurement of that floor. Okay. You're exactly 1 inch and 1/4 at this point. So, if we have, and I always start at the 2 mark, that's what you currently have. So if we just said tile plus mortar or thin set is a 1/2 inch, let's drop it down to 3/4, and then let's put in a 1/4 inch backer board, and we can, and it still be on code. And then we don't have a 1/2 inch, but we have 5/8, and that'll still be on code. And you will only be 1/8 difference between where I am and where we are in the future.
Okay. 1/8. I can deal with that.
Okay. But you see, with this being 1 1/4 inches, and I'm here again, I want you to be as informed as I know how to make you be, and choose how you want to. And now I'm going to give you a price on A. We remove and we replace hardy backer board. We apply your tile, and we have a little threshold here because there will be a 1/8 difference in height, and that's extraordinarily minimal. It's very close to what you want.
Yeah. So you'll give me 2 prices. You'll give me one where you just throw the thing on top.
Backer
and the
board
other...
on top, and then a little threshold. Sure.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
so that's 2 prices. One where you just
Sure.
throw it on top of the old vinyl.
Yeah.
And one where you replace the subfloor.
That's it. Uh-oh. Well, we lost the nail. Sometimes I can. You got some. That one's going straight down. Past my reach. Hopefully, we'll be putting a new floor in here soon. But I'm gonna take some measurements. And let's see here. I'll pull all that out. We're going to basically, okay. What we have is we're going to make this 2 boxes. We'll make a box right here. Okay, so that's a 5 foot. 5 foot. Okay, now we got a second box. We're gonna say that's 31 by 35. Okay. Now, let me show you what we talked about.